Today we're going to be solving equations by factoring. That is your learning target. And basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be factoring these as if the 0 isn't even there, and then we're going to set it equal to 0 each parentheses. So if I had to factor this, that means I'm going to put it into two separate parentheses, like so. I'm going to know that my first term is going to be x to get the x squared. And my last term is a negative 21. So I could look at all the possibilities that when multiplied gives me negative 21, like so. But which combination will give me my middle term of negative 4? And hopefully look at the 3 and the minus 7. So the 3 plus a minus 7 equals negative 4. And that's what I need for the middle. So I'm going to use a positive 3 and a minus 7. So it's factored. Now we got to make sure we understand that it is still equal to 0. So in other words, anything in that parentheses, how do you get 0? Well, figure it out by x equals 0. Or whatever's in that parentheses has to be equal to 0. So x minus 7 equals 0. And then you solve them separately. Subtract 3 to both sides, so you get x equals negative 3. Add 7 to both sides, so you get x equals 7. So my answer is x equals negative 3, or it could be 7. Either one of those numbers, when put back into the equation, will give me 0 as a result. All right, this one here, same general idea. We've got a trinomial, a 1 in front of that x squared, which makes life a lot easier. So we're going to look at that last term is a plus 30. So I'm looking at 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6, all positive because I need a positive 11x. So maybe highlight that, positive 11x. And I believe the 5 and the 6 is what we need. That will, when I add 5 and 6, it does give me the positive 11x that I'll need. So I'm going to have a parentheses x plus 5 and an x plus 6 set equal to 0. Then you're going to set whatever's in those parentheses, set equal to 0, x plus 5 equals 0. Or x plus 6 equals 0. Solve for x individually. So subtract 5. So x equals negative 5. Subtract 6. So x equals negative 6. My answer is x equals negative 6 is smaller than negative 5, so I put that one first. All right, this one here, you'll look at, it does have a 2 in front of the x squared, but not doing the box method. You may want to actually GCF. That is probably the best thing that you could do right now, is divide out the 2x. So dividing out a 2x, that means I'll be left with an x only. Dividing by a 2 will leave me a minus 4, and the x's in front equal to 0. Now I still have two things multiplied together equal to 0, so one of those things will have to be 0, so I have to take into account both are possible. So I'll divide by 2 on that first one and add 4 on the second one, and I'll get x equals 0 or 4. Now this last one's not set equal to 0, so I'm going to create it by subtracting 9x. So 9x minus 9x, that does cancel. And then a minus 9x over here, and it'll give me 3x squared minus 9x. Those do not combine. Please don't try to, because they are not like terms. You have to have the same letter and same power in order for you to do that. Now I GCF out, it looks like a 3x. So dividing out a 3x, putting it in front. Dividing 3 by 3 is 1. Divide out one of the x's, leaves me 1. Divide minus 9 by 3 is a minus 3. Took out the x. So now I have two things multiplied together. So that set equals 0 and that set equal to 0. So 3x equals 0 or x minus 3 equal to 0. So divide by 3 to both sides. X equals 0. Add 3 to both sides. X equals 3. So your answer for that one is x equals 0 or 3. All right, there's your summary. There you go.